Hey, this is just a recording of how to find the right review to publish live across either a particular product on your site or across an entire collection. And then I'm also going to take you through how to create that in your account. So, where I would start is by going to your site and thinking about either like a really popular product that you'd want to show a review on, or going to one or multiple collections that you might want to feature a review across. So if you do choose a product specific review, just make sure that it is generic enough to go across the entire collection, or just set up your rules where it will only show on that one product. So what I'm going to try to do here is to set up a wallpaper review that could essentially be shown across the entire wallpaper collection. So what I'm going to do is scroll down to the bottom of the page and try to find an applicable review. If you can't find one on that product page, you can always check out third-party sources like Trustpilot or Yelp or Google reviews, anywhere else where there might be reviews on products. So what you can do here is just try to grab a review that's like somewhat generic enough that it could be applied across the full collection, and doesn't kind of pigeonhole the product too much. Like, for example, if you had a review that says it was great in the bathroom, that might negatively suggest that it wouldn't be great for like kitchens. And then also obviously try to make sure that your review is very positive, so you're not highlighting any negative aspects. So I'm going to grab, let's see, this one's specific to the bathroom. This one's perfect. So beautiful statement wallpaper, makes it feel like a whole new room. I'm very pleased with how it came out. Fairly easy application. Recommend 2 people to apply, and it's helpful with the tip. So what we're going to do here is copy and paste that, and then we're going to go into um, an example of how to create this in your account. So you're going to go into your account and you're going to click Create Campaign in the top right hand corner. For reviews, I would recommend starting with a product page banner. So let's just click Banner, and you can always adjust this when you're in your account if you want to switch it to a different type. The first thing that you might want to do is turn off branding. So let's go ahead and go into configuration and turn off the Powered by Because branding. The next thing that I want to do is go into the text section and delete what's there and copy and paste in my review. You'll notice when you copy and paste in that it will inherit the styling from wherever you pasted it from. So let's just go ahead and highlight all of that text. That's going to bring up a toolbar, which will show you options to change the formatting. And I'm just going to click this TX, which will remove the formatting. Awesome. So now what I would like to do in a review, depending on how long it is maybe make a certain part of it like bolded or underlined to kind of feel like the piece that you want to stand out. So I would start by just pressing enter here to put that onto the next line, and then just going ahead and bolding this, which I just did with Command B, but you can also click B. From there, I would recommend keeping any styling to a minimum because you really want to inherit the styling of your site to make sure that this looks as first party as possible. So you can see this warning here. We say that we inherit your styling of your site. You'd not want to change it unless you want to like change fonts or anything of that nature, but I would recommend not doing that. The only options that might be helpful in the see full styling would be things like alignment or margins or padding, or if you do have a developer where you wanted to do custom CSS, you could add that there. So that's good for now. Next, I want to go into the icon. So for an icon for a review, I would start by either uploading an icon that you have from your brand library, or maybe from a platform like flaticon.com, or starting with our own icon library by clicking Swap Icon. Here, I would make sure that your icon matches the color of your font. So let's go ahead and just choose like this icon right here. You can scroll through and find whichever one that you would like the best there. So I'm going to just go ahead and click use this icon. I tend to like to go with just a left align. I think it makes it look a little bit more first party. So I'm going to do that. And then the other thing that I'd like to do, just going back to this site, is match the styling of the site. This one's just black and white. So I would start with maybe like a gray, a black, a white. You can even do just that white background, so there really is no border, something that really fits into the brand. I'll show you another example that might be a better one to match the branding. So if we go into Kopari Beauty here, they have a lot more bright colors. So let's just go into one of their product pages. What I would recommend here is using like a color picker tool. This is just a Chrome plugin I have that is a color picker, and I can move it around the site to actually grab the hex code and RGB codes of the colors. So like, let's say we wanted to do this pink one, that would be FE4164. So I would go in here to the container, click to the colors, add a brand color, and will be FE4164, if my memory serves me correct. Press enter, press save, and now that is a saved brand color. So that's one option if you do want to make it more branded. Just make sure if you're choosing like a dark background color like this that you change your icon and your text to match. So I'd make this one white, for example. But let's just go ahead and change this back, especially for the site that we're working on here, to let's just do a gray. Let's do a light gray here. I'm going to then change my text back to black as well. So that should be good. So that's essentially how I would do it. And then the other thing that I would do on the review, especially since you're using a banner, is just to match the corner radius of the add to cart button and essentially any other corner radius you have on site. So this one's a very sharp corner radius with no rounded edges. So I will not change it. But if you did want to change the corner radius, this one's a good example. This one has a slight corner radius. I would come in here and I would add, let's say 5 all around. And that's going to make the corner radius round just to match what's on site. I'm going to go back and just make this 0. And next, I'm going to go into my rules. So for this one, I really want to target all wallpaper. Let's just go into the rules engine and say, let's just use a collection rule. So I'm going to go into product, which is our product rules category. I'm going to click on collection. And then I'm going to go to my drop-down menu of different types of collections. And this one's easy. It's right here. But if you don't see it, you can just type it in. And I'll grab wallpaper. If you're not seeing your collection for some reason, that's probably just a limitation of how many collections Shopify gives us in a specific load time. So you can just type in the exact spelling here, press enter. So for example, type it in here and that will add in. You can always delete that as well. If you do add another collection, just make sure to use the or as your operator here. So its collection is wallpaper or animal peel. The and is a use case that's a bit more advanced and probably not relevant to most people. So that's how I would set that up. Next step, I would go into my positions. So you can either use your default above or below your add to cart button or your advanced add a new selector, which if you don't know how to do that, just click the chat in the bottom right-hand corner and our team can help. The best way to give them direction is to send them a product page and to either add an arrow to that screenshot or just to tell them verbally, hey, I want this to go above or below my sizing selection. They can add that in, and then that will show up in your positions where it will allow you to go above or below. You can add scheduling if you'd like. You can name the campaign, and you can go publish whenever you're ready. But what I would start by doing is going into the editor and previewing. So if we just click back 2 steps, you can actually preview this before publishing it live just by adding in a URL. So that is an overview of how to create a review campaign.